RTP Arena, estamos de Blast Open Lisboa com o flameZ. flameZ, back in Lisbon. How does it feel?
It feels very good. It's my first stage. Was here in Lisbon, and I always loved Lisbon. The OG gaming house sort of was in like just outside Lisbon, and I used to love coming here. I used to come here just find a reason to come here, maybe boot camp, maybe just to play with a bit lower ping. But I always liked Lisbon, and it's my first stage, so it means a lot to come back here and to the same arena. So I love it so far.
So you have a special connection to Portugal. Do you think that could be key to get the crowd behind you?
I don't know if I think the crowd in Lisbon last time I remember it was back then it was just Navi, everybody liked Navi. But nowadays I don't know because I like there's some big names on the team, so I think they might be cheering for us. Depends who we play always. Because if you play I think if you play Navi still people really like Navi and the organization behind them. But for me, last time we came here, I think it was 6,000 people, and no matter if us at OG or Navi won around, people were just cheering and screaming. So I think this is something that, like, this is the CS I appreciate. It reminds me of Cologne. People are not coming for like certain teams; they come for the Counter-Strike, and I think this is something that, like, will balance the stage. And even if there will be like a 60-40, it will not be like a 100-0. As some crowds offer you. So I think this is really good. So overall the stage in Lisbon.
Let's talk about vitality. You brought in ropz, you've been destroying everyone. I wanted to know from you, how exactly did ropz change the team from the inside out?
I think the main thing it changed was the work ethic and the freshness of the team. So I think one thing, it just came into the team as a new person, you're excited, you're happy with it. I think the second thing is that you come and see a player always in the practice room. He doesn't leave the practice room, so you just, to some extent, like you don't want to lose the competition to him. You always want to put the same time he does. And so he changed a bit in the work ethic, like how we work, how we do stuff. I think he's also a very creative mind. He has a lot of plays, he has a lot of ideas, he has a lot of utility he wants to throw. And this changed a lot in the team, especially when Train came out. So it's someone that is really needed for that kind of map. And then I think just inside the team, the CS is a bit more aggressive than what Spinks was towards the end. And I think this changes a lot for me because it feels like you have more space. So like sometimes he does a play, I can go behind the enemy, I can do a lurk. Like I will have different situations. I love this in CS. And I think this is something that he puts in the team very well. That he will have an idea, he will do it in the game. He's good in clutches. He's a very like all-around really good player and experienced. So I think it's someone that is very valuable, and he changed a lot regarding the work ethic, but also our efficiency in the practice and also our confidence. Like sometimes it's nice that someone that's won everything, like won Cologne majors, everything, comes to you and tells you, yeah, we're doing really good. You know, it's like you trust him. You know, so I think a lot of the times he knows how to use his experience and tells you like, this was a really good round, all good. Like we don't need to get sad about it in some sense.
So you created more space for the others to shine.
Yeah, but without trying. So I think with like the difference is that like it does plays, it takes from the space, but the thing that changes the most is that because it does plays and it takes more responsibility, we have more opportunities in the game. But it's not like with Spinks we didn't have the same space or the opportunities. It's just that with ropz there is a different situations that you get into. You're suddenly, I'm a nuke, I'm suddenly under Evan and the guy's already in ramp, so we can sandwich this kind of stuff. I don't recall them being so often, but also I think it's also thanks to people being in great shape and shooting really good headshots that you get into crazy situations and you come on top. And I think this is something that for him it's like his nature to just be quiet, be at the other side of the map, find enemies, and he does it so well, and he has so much like belief in his game that you don't even need to question him. You just let him play and you follow him in the sense.
You have a pretty impressive winning streak under your belt. People are already talking about the beginning of an era. When you see that come up, how does that make you feel?
Well, I think it's obviously nice that we won 14 games in a row, and I think we also did it in like quite a dominant fashion most of those games. And obviously it comes to your mind many like, every game you play you're like excited because you can keep this win streak ongoing. And as a team, I think it's a bit of pressure as well in some sense. And but regarding the era, I remember in Vitality when I joined in 2023, they talked about it, and they said like you don't choose when you have an era. The fans choose when you have an era. So for me, I'm fine with people like saying that we're the best, and I think we're right now in really good shape and really good form. And some of the other teams are not finding the rhythm yet, so it also helps a lot. And we just need to keep going as much as we can, and then like just refresh our game. It's a big difference becoming number one and staying number one, and I think right now this is the challenge for us.
You are walking around with a big target on your back,
yeah.
And you have mentioned the pressure. How are you dealing with that, knowing that you are the team to beat and everyone will try their best to take you down?
The first thing you can see is in practice. The practice is getting so much harder because usually practice people are not so invested in winning. Like they are invested in winning, but it's more like trying out new stuff and this kind of just seeing how the game is. And oh my God, when you play practice right now, people that you don't know like their names, they come for you and they want to destroy you. And I think it makes it really tough, but also makes it really challenging for us in the practice, and we can like improve on it. And then how we deal with it, I think it's a lot of team talks. Like we talk as a team that we need to always come on top. We need to always come with energy. We can't lose to ourselves because right now we're in good form. We are supposed to win those games, and I think like we are in a level that we can beat most of those teams if we play well. And the only thing that might take us down is if we like just don't have the energy, don't come with the right mindset. And if that's the case, then we're not going to be fine with it. But if the case is that we play spirit and they really want to own us, and they come really strong, and they beat us because they play really, really well, then we're fine with it. We don't have regrets. But the mindset is just coming to every game and give the most energy we can. Push ourselves to the edge, even if you're on 3 weeks on the road so far, been in 2 countries, won 1 tournament, and the other one was blast. Like most of those teams have also done the same road, and for us it's just like, fuck it, we give our best, fucking feel burned out after this, be tired, doesn't matter, because you're gonna have some time off, but you're gonna have 2 trophies in the cabinet in those 3 weeks, so that's the goal.
All right. Anubis, used to be your weak link seems to be fixed, and you have a rock solid map pool. Do you feel like no matter the game you walk into, you always have a veto advantage because your permaban is one of the most popular maps at the start?
So I think the permaban definitely helps. Only against Eternal Fire it catches us a bit bad because they used to play this map, so usually you don't ban it and you ban their best map and they ban your best map, but we cannot do that. We have to ban their best map. We have to ban Ancient, I mean. And but against the other teams as well, Spirit, Navi, they're good on Ancient, so it's really helpful to ban a map that they're good on. I don't know if suddenly we have a veto advantage, but just because we're good on many maps, we have overall our maps are better than them. I think one thing that is key to your question is that we're always feeling confident. We're always like, okay guys, we have 2 maps that we're really good at, and maybe then we get like Anubis that also we improved and we have confidence on and we want to play. And also I think a lot of those teams don't like Anubis. I think 3D Max and Eternal Fire really like Anubis and Liquid, and that's about it. I don't think people are that leaning to pick it. And obviously against us they used to pick it because it was a big weakness. But I think after we changed some position, we found out our rhythm a bit on this map. I think we have a new map pool, because now your weakness got very challenging for the enemy teams, so they might go for their best map, and their best map might be a map we're very comfortable on and very good. And I think this is the key right now, that it's even if we play Navi and they pick their best map, we are feeling confident on it, so we're not in the past Anubis was someone picked it, we have to win, guys, we have to win 10-2 on T-side, we cannot do anything else. And if it didn't go well, we were like, shit, it's probably gonna be a tough city, and then we used to lose. But now in this sense, we're very confident that any map that someone pick against us, we have a good ideas and good rhythm, everybody's working hard to like not miss the utility and not because we don't prac a lot, so people might miss utility, might fail some things, might forget some strats. But so far, actually, everything is so well intact. Nobody forgets anything. Everybody does his role amazing. So Anubis changed our map pool to just anyone picks against us, we're confident.
Slow starts and off days used to be a problem for Vitality. We are not really seeing them anymore. Was it mental work that you did, or it just happened?
The slow starts?
The slow starts and the off days.
I think regarding the off days, it's something that will always come to any team. This challenge to play under zero energy and maybe sometimes like lack of motivation or burnout and this kind of stuff. I think we hit an off day when we played against most sports in qualifying to Lisbon, qualifying to the semifinals, because we were like really low energy, really low communication, and but to some extent we also stepped up from that. Like mid game we kept pushing, giving energy, and we couldn't go to being positive because it was like tough game for us. But we reached a state that we were like neutral, normal. We felt okay with our game. And then we won, but I think the slow starts was a big issue, and something that we always talked about was pumping energy in the beginning of the game, like just releasing as much energy as we can, being really loud, talking, screaming, nice tries, everything, and then slowly balancing out with the game. And then I think what also helps a lot is that we sort of like have an idea. So like when we prep, we have an idea how we start the game and we're clear on that, because sometimes you might start the game and you'll be like a bit clueless for the first buy round, and then it will get you to a 0-6. Or like an eco round, that like a force buy, you buy tech lines and stuff and you don't really have a plan, and then you lose it, and then okay, 0-3, 0, and then you get into a slow start and the enemy team has so much money and so much everything. And I think right now what we I think helped us in the change that we sort of come to most of the rounds at the beginning with not a set plan, because Apex is also very dynamic. You might like switch up everything because it just feels it, and usually it will work. But like having an idea how the enemy, how we can do something that the enemy doesn't like in this like tech 9 rounds, or we found some gap and this kind of stuff. But it's also very dynamic. Sometimes we might change it because like CS is so different. Like you might kill 4 and planted the bomb as T side, and you didn't plan to buy, but now you have to buy. It's really good. Like even if you just planted and didn't kill 4, because you have Galils, you have good weapons. And I think for us right now, it's like this change got us into better starts. And I think also ropz is really good pistol player, so that quite helps. Like he gets a lot of headshots, and I think when you have good pistol rounds, it's hard to get into a slow start.
Thank you, flameZ. Closing thoughts on this. You are set to face either Navi or Spirit, someone that, because of mouse, you haven't really faced, besides Kato. If Spirit does make it to the semifinals, how do you think that match can go for you?
I think Spirit will come with a bit like of a revenge mindset, because I think you want to beat the number 1, you feel confident against the number 1, because you were just number 1 2 minutes ago. But for us right now, I think we're in great form, great shape, and as a team we work hard. So, and I think, I said it many times, but any team in CS can beat any team in CS. I do think that right now we're in like we're picking in some sense. So we have the opportunity that if we play our game, I think we will be able to beat them. But you never can disregard Spirit or Navi that they will not do as good. Because both teams can play really well, and both teams have a lot of like skills and abilities, and I think the one thing I do want and don't want in some sense, we haven't played Navi in so long, and like we played them in the last 2 years I think just once in IM Cologne, and the final was just a really fun game, really competitive. I think it was one of the best finals in 2024 that you can watch, and I think this is something that I would like a rematch against them because it was so competitive. I would love to play that kind of thing again. And against Spirit, it's always going to be competitive matches, I feel like. So, and last time in Katowice, they said a lot they didn't come in their best form. They had like an off day. And obviously you want to beat a team on their best day in some sense. So for us, it's both teams, doesn't matter. It's both of them are going to be a good challenge, good test for our team. They're going to improve us. And that's the main goal. The main goal is to build for Austin Major, not for,
Thank you, flameZ. Good luck and enjoy Lisbon.
Obrigado.